Ladies and gentlemen, Jaire Alexander to the Dallas Cowboys watch has officially begun. Thanks to Patrick Walker of DallasCowboys.com, we actually have official confirmation of the Cowboys actually showing interest in the newly released cornerback, all-pro cornerback, I might add, out of Green Bay, Jaire Alexander. We're going to have a conversation about Jaire Alexander, along with some news concerning Micah Parsons, his hold-in, and the fact that actually there's expected not to be one, at least not yet. Let's get right into it, and be sure to subscribe for more Dallas Cowboys content just like this on the regular. Man, shut your up. All right, look, before we get into today's news, I just want to quickly say this. You guys are out of your minds. It makes no sense to me that you would be against adding anything to this team that could help it. If Jaire Alexander can only go out there and play half a season and then both of his legs snap off at the knees, guess what? He has fulfilled what we need him to be for this particular Cowboys team. We simply need a stabilizing force in the cornerback room outside of Deron Bland until Trevon Diggs gets back, because everyone else is unknown. No matter how much we like Savon Revel, and I love Savon Revel, I think he's going to be a baller at some point. He's coming off of an injury. I don't want to put too much expectations on the young man. No matter how much we like Jaire Elam, and no matter how good he's showing up right now in the early part of the offseason, we still don't know what he's going to be in this defense. We still don't know if the Cowboys can rehabilitate what he was expected to be coming into the NFL. An unknown. No matter how much we love Israel Mukuamu, and I think Israel Mukuamu is a guy that if he gets more playing time, he will be an effective NFL player. He needs the playing time. And I don't know if y'all heard, but we have a hellacious schedule this season. And if this team wants to be in position to at least be able to adjust when something isn't going right, you need to be able to adjust to other people outside of Andrew Booth and Kalen Carson, who had a lackluster rookie season. Although we all expect him to be better this year, nothing against Kalen Carson at all. We need Jaire Alexander to be a space filler, a placeholder essentially, until we can get our guy and Trevon Diggs back. That is it, y'all. If we can get a full healthy season out of him, then damn it, you're low risk, because it would be very low risk. You wouldn't have to pay anything. We're going to get to actual money that's expected for a Jaire Alexander type in just a second. And we actually have real figures. We're going to get into that in just a second. But it would be a low risk because he isn't under contract. He's a free agent. You could sign him to a deal that is incentive laden based off of play time. Meaning, yeah, you could sign him to a $12 million deal, but he won't get nowhere near $12 million unless he plays. You can do that because he's a free agent. Y'all killing me, bro, because there's nothing else going on. There's nothing else. We can like our corners, but like Shotty has said, if competition is available, you got a guy that's 28 years old and was a multi-time all-pro cornerback available right now. Let him come in and prove it with the star on his helmet. Let him come in and prove it. It can't hurt us. It can only help us. Now that we got that out the way, let's get into the actual news. My bad. It took longer than it was supposed to take, but man, it just kills me that some of y'all don't understand that the Cowboys absolutely should be looking at all things that can help them. Even if it's a player that can only help them for a few games out of a season, guess what? Any given player is only really expected to help a team win 1 or 2 games, give or take. Unless you're the star player and you're the one that's carrying that franchise, people are not expecting every player on the roster to win every game for them. So Jaire Alexander, if he can come in and help us win 1 or 2 extra games, it was worth it, especially since it ain't our money, man. And unless they go sign a Stephon Gilmore or something else like that, and if they wanted to, they would have already. But unless they do something like that, it doesn't hurt. All right? Now, Patrick Walker asked Brian Schottenheimer about this. And Brian Schottenheimer said, we monitor everything. I'm not going to get into specifics of what our conversations will be like, but we're always looking. That was directly from Brian Schottenheimer. And I don't know if you've been paying attention. If you haven't, I have for you. You should listen to me because I've been spot on all offseason. And I let y'all know way ahead of time, months and months and months ago, what type of offseason we were in for based off of stuff that I knew and stuff that I could actually project, right? I can tell you this. There has been two different types of answers for the Cowboys as it pertains to their activity with anything. There's been an answer that leaves the door open, which usually means, yeah, they're interested. You got us. You're on to us. But we don't want to let you know too much because we don't want to blow our spot up like we have in the past and messed up everything and been used as a negotiation chip. Or there's been, nah, we like what we got going on, or, oh, we don't have anything going on right now, which Steven said the other day. He said they didn't have any irons on the stove right now or anything like that. So they weren't necessarily looking at anything a couple days ago. But now Brian Schottenheimer has come back a couple days later after players have started to get released from teams, good players, and more good players are going to get released from teams. Now we're monitoring everything. I'm not going to get into specifics of what our conversations will be like, but we're always looking. And because you can't get into specifics of conversation does mean that, hey, there's going to be conversations. So, yes, the Cowboys are going to be taking a look at guys like a Jaire Alexander and seeing if two things, the money fits and if his health is right. The first thing we're going to take a look at is the money. All right, so the money he's expected to be able to get based off of last year's value, right? Tre'Davious White signed a 1-year, $4.25 million contract worth $8 million maximum with incentives. It was a 4.25 base with the Rams last year, and that's the likely starting point for Jaire Alexander in free agency, which means the team that comes away with Jaire Alexander, you're probably looking at him maxing out probably around $10 to $12 million on a deal that will be incentive ridden, meaning he will have to play a certain amount of games and do a certain amount of things on that field to get all of his mulaka. So, will I be in favor of a deal that's only going to make Jaire Alexander hit against our cap for $4, $5, $6 million this season when we have $31 million in cap pending even more space once they actually sign Micah Parsons? You damn Skippy! What's wrong with y'all? Y'all be in this mug tripping. I don't understand how y'all can fix your mouths to get mad at getting better as a team, man. When we sit here and get mad and say, oh, we ain't got no depth. When somebody went down, somebody got hurt. What happened? The team went right in the toilet, man. I want to have guys on this team, guys on this roster, A through Z, 1 through 53, that if anything happens at all, they can still come out here and perform, and at the end of the day, we can still be out here talking about some damn. How about them Cowboys? Yeah, damn Skippy. How about them Cowboys, man? How about them Cowboys? So 10 to $12 million for Jaire Alexander. You're damn right I'm doing that in a heartbeat, especially if that's actually the figure that he comes in around, which it probably will be because he's only played 14 games in the last 2 seasons. That is going to play in our favor. And now, betting against the odds, honestly, yeah, chances are he's going to have a healthy year at some point. And why not have it with the Cowboys this season? Now, Clarence Hill also has reported that Micah Parsons is, in fact, going to be at Cowboys minicamp. He is, in fact, at Cowboys minicamp. And not only that, but Brian Schottenheimer is saying he doesn't expect this to be a hold-in type of situation. But apparently, somebody lied because Micah was there, but he practiced. And he was seen talking to Jerry Jones off to the side about 30 minutes. And I already know a lot of fans, you can see it in these comments on the John Machoda's picture, man. A lot of fans is already, pay Micah the money he deserves. Pay that man. Good, he shouldn't practice. Pay that man. But man, people got to slow down for a second. Because there's a part of this conversation we all need to be able to wrap our minds around. Because fans kill me because we all get into this mindset of, oh, guys hold out. It's the team's fault. It's the team's fault that guys hold out. And actually, I got a message or a comment from one of my commenters, and he comments all the time. So, no, nothing against him, but this is just a conversation we're having. And you know what? This is just what it sounds like to me when I read this type of stuff.
Even CB said him not being in camp affected him and Zach's chemistry. Stop it.
Now, this comment was in response to me saying, hey, man, I'm not about to keep getting wrapped up in the timing of when these franchises sign these guys, because the Cowboys ain't the only franchise to do it, so I'm not going to bellyache and cry because the Cowboys doing what everybody's doing. So screw it. I'm not going to get involved in that, bro. Guess what? Here's my response to this, man. Whose decision was it to hold out? Whose decision was it to hold out, bruh? Please tell me whose decision was it to sit out? Jerry didn't point no gun at their head and tell these dudes to sit out. He didn't point no gun at their head and say, hey, if you hold out, I'll pay you quicker. They didn't make an agreement. If you hold out, I'll pay you quicker. That's something the agents want these guys to do. That's something the agents actually tell and recommend that these guys do so they can get paid quicker, when in reality, we had the perfect case study last offseason, and everybody's ignoring it, and it's pissing me off. The case study was this. Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb both had contracts that they were negotiating last offseason. Dak Prescott's contract was actually a lot more expensive than CeeDee Lamb's contract. Dak showed up every single day. CeeDee held out. You know how that forced the Joneses to pay CeeDee Lamb early? You know how that forced them to pay him early? It forced them to pay him early to the tune of 1 week before Dak got paid. So who's to say he wouldn't have got paid at the same time, even if he came to training camp every single day and he appeared on offseason activities? This is what I'm talking about. Quit taking responsibility off of both parties. Life is about choices, including sports. Everything is about choices, y'all. And I'm not about to keep getting mad over other people's choices. Man, if they want to hold out, that's their business. That's their money. Then I'm not getting sent none of. I don't care. Do what you need to do. You're going to get taken care of. I'm not worried. Wake me up when one doesn't go right. Wake me up when somebody starts missing actual games. Wake me up when somebody had to do what Emmett had to do way back in the cut. Wake me up then. But until that happens, the Cowboys keep their stars. I'm not worried about no Micah Parsons contract holdout. I'm not worried about getting mad at the Joneses because they're not paying guys quick enough when we see Terry McLaurin and TJ Watt and premier players, Trey Hendrickson, premier players having to hold out. Jamar Chase just had to play an entire season. He just had to play an entire season because he didn't want to sign the contract they had in front of him. What are we talking about? Quit getting mad over stupid stuff. Enjoy football. And quit getting so damn hung up on politics. You want politics? Watch CNN, CBS, ABC, Fox, any of that stuff, man. Watch that stuff if you want politics, bro. Quit trying to inject it in football where there are no politics, bro. There are politics in certain areas, but y'all try to make stuff be political at times. And damn, cut it out. Either way, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe, and hey man, what you think about Jaire Alexander watch has officially begun now. Now we actually got to keep an eye on this now because they didn't shut it down. They didn't say we like what we got or we believe in the guys in the room. No. He said, hey, there'll be conversations. I ain't gonna talk to you about the specifics of it though. Let me know what you think about it down in the comments below.
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still them boys? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Hey! Woo! Hey! I'm still them boys.